Hello guys, I'm Jasdeep Kamra, Director Pulsar IAS Academy. Now there is a report in the United States, there is a magazine in the US which says that China in the near future is going to attack India. It is a very alarming statement made by any media house. Recently we have seen that Chinese government called its soldiers back. Okay, it called its soldiers back from the borders with India. In 2020, you may remember that both Indian and Chinese troops were on their borders, okay, due to some border issue which India and China both have. India and China share a long border. In 1962, we were on the war and China badly defeated us, okay, and after that, the dispute on border remained. And in 2020, China threatened India by deploying soldiers on the border, and India paid back. India also deployed the soldiers on the border, and for a couple of years, soldiers of both China and India remained on border. Recently, in 2024, China called its soldiers back, so India also did the same. But a recent statement by a US magazine has alarmed all the world. Okay, now one thing is very important, that Chinese government is indirectly offering us a hand, and they are offering us a hand of friendship, and we are acknowledging it. But in the same time, US media house this statement that China can attack India in the future, it is very alarming. Now you may remember very important thing that that prior to 1962 war, China used to say India China bhai bhai, okay, Hindi Chini bhai bhai, and after that statement China attacked India. So that was basically a ploy. India believed China's saying Hindi Chini bhai bhai, and India did not deploy the soldiers on the borders, whereas China deployed its soldiers on the borders and it attacked India. And it attacked India and gave us a befitting defeat. China's books has a chapter on the 1962 war. India may have forgotten that war, but China's books have a chapter dedicated to that war, and that war is very important to China. Okay, so we should learn a lesson from that war, and despite the bonhomie between India and China, okay, we should also deploy our soldiers on our borders, because if in the event of China attacking India, we should pay back to China. Okay, and for your information, I may say here that China has deployed 1.25 lakh soldiers with artillery guns, with surface to air missiles, and surface to air missiles are deployed there because in the event India tries its air force on the Chinese soldiers, it can pay back by the surface to air missiles. Okay, so India should also deploy the soldiers on its borders in the same coin and in the same strength as China has already deployed. Okay, so we should not make a strategic mistake which we already made in 1962. Okay, we should not make that blunder again, and we should be ready, because China has played treacherous in the past, it may play treacherous again. Okay, we should keep that thing in mind. And recent visit of our foreign minister to China and all that bonhomie between India and China, and US has said the opposite. US has said that India should be careful about China. Now China has replied to the media reports in USA. China had replied like this, that China has said that US is trying to a game play a game by destroying the India-China relations. Okay, so China has said that again and again US plays these games all over the world. It does not let the countries be friends. It changes the regimes of the countries, and it always wants to remain superpower. That is in USA. USA always wants to remain superpower, and by making India fearful, it USA wants to sell the weapons to India. Okay, because when we will become fearful of China that China may attack India, we will again go to the US to buy weapons. So basically, USA sells its weapons to make its economy strong, and when its economy will be strong, it will make its military strong. When its military will be strong, it will remain superpower. That is the game, because all the game is of the economics, and USA always wants to be rich, and USA wants to be rich by selling arms and ammunition to countries like us, and we will buy arms and ammunition from countries like USA, because if we will have enmity with Pakistan, if we will have enmity with China, only in that event we will buy arms from USA. If Pakistan and China are our friends, we won't go to USA for arms. So USA is very clever. Okay, this is said by China. China says that USA is very clever. It wants to it wants that India and China should remain enemy. It wants that Pakistan and India should remain enemy. And in fact, in my personal opinion, USA is the culprit of making the Khalistan issue in India recently. Okay, and Pannu and all those guys are living in USA, and USA is sheltering him, and Canada is also sheltering the Khalistanis over there, and and because of this, USA playing the culprit. Okay, USA wants the Khalistan issue to remain alive in India, and India will be fearful of that. And USA, in fact, I may say, if I may say, USA doesn't want India to remain one country. Okay, it always tries to make the country fearful so that we go to USA for arms, for buying arms, and USA will sell arms to us, and these countries will therefore keep on becoming rich, and if they will become rich, they will make their militaries rich. Sorry, not rich, they will make their military strong, and when there will be strong militaries of USA, they will remain superpowers. Okay, one more thing USA has said about China is that China is making nuclear warheads very fast. Presently, it has 600 warheads, and by 2030, it is going to make about 1,000 warheads, nuclear warheads. I'm saying. Okay, so it's a huge number, and it is indirectly saying that China may attack in the nuclear way to India. Okay, so it is basically making us fearful. Okay, with this video, I conclude. Tomorrow we'll meet in the next video.